And now, you're tuned in to RBLR, the home of Tampa Bay's Reveler Sports.
All right, now, Carlos, we have to do another preview this week. It's going to be a hefty one for the boys that are actually out there on the field while you and I just get to sit behind our screens and our keyboards and everything. But yeah, we have to preview our away game versus Detroit City. So the Rowdies went to San Diego, California for a Sunday game. They flew back to Tampa Bay to play at Al Lang on Wednesday, and now on Saturday they will be playing Detroit City up in Michigan. That is a lot of travel. That is a lot of wear on the legs, but we're gonna have to get into it. So, Carlos, if you could take us away through the preview, and we'll try and finish it out here for what fans might get to expect.
Yeah, this is a weird kickoff time, I think, James. Saturday at 4 p.m., Saturday the 29th. Detroit City will host us up in Hamtramck, Michigan. What a fun name. Hamtramck. I don't know. Somehow Detroit are even a little bit worse than the Rowdies. They've had only 4 points in their opening 7 games. Their last 5 games include 1 win, a 1-0 victory against an amateur team in the Open Cup as well. They seem to prefer a 3-4-3 formation when they can do it, but they do have some flexibility. Steinwasser is regularly in net for them, as we've seen in the past. A great goalie in his own right, not having a fantastic season, but a guy with a lot of talent. Michael Bryant, Stephen Carroll, Matt Lewis kind of make up that back line. Connor Rutz, Tommy McCabe, Maxi Rodriguez, fantastic player as well. And Reese Williams kind of make up that midfield unit. Ben Morris, Rich Ballard, Skage, Simonson up top. That's been their kind of most frequent lineup, their most frequent starting 11. In their opening games, they've only had 2 goals and 1 assist all year. They're not very good in terms of offensive production. Neither are we, but maybe we can do better than them. And I think we can keep a clean sheet if our guys on the back line, are rested enough after this, grueling week ahead. To go a little bit deeper into the stats, Simonson has probably Simonson has the most big chances created, good dribbles, and the singular assist on the year. Maxi Rodriguez has the most chances created overall. They are still likely to be very good defensively. They've only given up 1 goal in all 5 of their they've only given up a goal in their 5 losses. James, this is going to be, I think, a defensive grind. This is the type of game where we really only see maybe 1 goal across 90 minutes. Yep. The question is, who's that goal going to be for, if there's a goal at all? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking exactly what you said. I was going through their record, and every game that they have given up a goal, they've given up 1 goal, which includes the game in the league that they won against El Paso. So they have lost 5 games, all by a score of 1-0. That's just so weird. Like, it's obviously they're not going to have a lot going forward. So they lost a couple of players over the offseason that were very important for their attacking unit, and they have gone elsewhere. And now that they are using the players that they are, I guess the creativity hasn't necessarily gone out the window, but it isn't there. And that's kind of the same, like you said, for us. So it's almost going to be this could be one of those games of soccer that all of the soccer detractors are like, wow, this is the boring sport that you guys all watch. Sucks. Yeah, exactly. I'm obviously hoping for a better affair. Maybe we get a little bit of a bounce off of the game against Houston. We're going to cross our fingers, obviously, for that one. But if we do, then hopefully we can turn something out here. Go there with a little bit of buoyancy and go there and be like, okay, we can play against good teams and we can score. Now, all of this, of course, does also have to do with the travel that we've already mentioned. So if there's a lot of tired legs out there, then maybe we see, honestly, maybe we see this game being the game that we play our reserve team, kind of. This is all speculation. I really haven't got a clue what Neil Collins is thinking at this point, but maybe this is a game for a Tate Johnson to start. Maybe this is a game for JJ Williams has not started a game in a while. Maybe he'll get a start here. So honestly, if all of that comes about, then that's going to also impact our ability not only to create and get on the end of chances, but also just, it's going to impact our tactics and our patterns. So I really don't know exactly what we're going to do in this one. And I think that the biggest thing is going to be whether or not we can break down Detroit City. I kind of, like you said earlier, if we don't get a clean sheet out of this one, I'm going to be disappointed as a fan because they don't have anything going for them attacking wise. They've had 2 goals in 7 games. That's, if we end up being the 3rd in 8, I'm going to be a little upset. So let's
especially after hyping up the back line.
Yeah,
this past
exactly.
Right.
Let's rein them in. Let's rein them in offensively, and let's get ourselves on the score sheet here. So I would like us to be the first team, let's say, that scores more than 1 goal in a game against Detroit City in 2023. That is what I'd like to see. And if we're going to do what I just suggested we might and end up going with the reserves because, all of the usual 11 starters have run themselves into the ground with a game against San Diego and then a following game against Houston Dynamo, then let's go and get something done out of this. Let's get some points because this is where we need to do it. If we're ever going to turn the season around, now is a great time. It's away, so it's going to be hard to do, but it's going to be against a bad team this year. And I want us to take, some initiative. All right. So now, Carlos, let's get into the predictions here. I'll let you go first and tell me how you think this is going to go.
James, I'm not going to deviate from the trend we see. I think it's going to be a 1-0 game, and I think we're going to get the win. So we're going to get 3 points, but I don't see us breaking that trend. I'm a big believer in trends, and I think they're usually a pretty good thing to follow. I'm going to say we win 1-0, but I'm going to pick somebody kind of out there to get the game-winning goal. I think it's going to be somebody like Zach Ervo or something like that.
Okay.
Kind of ripping a shot from just outside the 18. I don't have enough confidence in our attacking unit right now. So I feel like it's going to come from a kind of unconventional place. So I'm feeling a top of the 18 ripper from whoever is starting in the midfield. Zach Ervo is somebody I'm looking for a lot more out of this season. We go back and see his highlights in the past, and he's a guy that's not afraid to take a long shot, not afraid to dribble a bit and rip a shot. I've seen less of that this season than I would like to see. So maybe this is the game for that to happen. I'll go with Ervo getting the game-winning goal here in a 1-0 win up there in Detroit.
All right. Well, I will tell you that our guest spot this week actually shares the same mind as you. Sam Smith, my sister, she is our guest spot this week after my other sister was our guest spot last week. So she has given us a 1-0 Rowdies win prediction. So with you and her on that, I'm pretty sure that means it's got to happen, right? That's what we're going for.
Yeah, that's what it means. We're going to win.
So the other 2 predictions in our group here, Eureka, our producer, had a 1-1 draw on the night. And I guess I have to be the spoiler, the downer, all of that here and say, I am predicting a 0-0 draw. I am predicting the game that everybody watches soccer and then comes back at us and says, this is the game that you guys watch. What the hell? But that'll do it for our preview. And before we go, I do want to say, like we are trying to tell everybody, please get the word out and please join us on May 20th. We will have our first ever watch party for RBLR Sports for the Rowdies game. We are playing RGV Toros in Southern Texas, and the RBLR Sports team will be hosting that watch party at Berry House Beer Company. That is 2 blocks off of Ybor, so it's in a great location, perfect parking, and there's also a trolley stop nearby. Please make sure to check it out. If that isn't enough to entice you, guess what? We've got free beer giveaways. We've got a halftime swag giveaway, and we have beer pitcher specials all along the game. I mean, that's a lot. If that's not going to bring you out, I don't know what will. We'll be doing a pregame show and all of those things that I just mentioned as well. Please do join us. We're trying to make these a regular thing. So if you want to be there for the first one and make sure that you are helping us build it up into a regular thing, not only for us, but for the Tampa side of the Tampa Bay fandom, then do help us out and do that and cheer the team on from Berry House. All right, Carlos. Yep. Now that we have finished the preview for Detroit City, we want to say thank you, listeners, for tuning in. And of course, please join us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at RBLR Sports. You can get at me on Twitter at RBLR James K. What about you, Carlos?
At Carlos TBA10 on Twitter. I'm sure that, I think by the time we share this out there, it'll be after the big game on Wednesday, which I'm sure we will have won by that point. So
exactly,
I'll be tweeting a lot about that win, and what that means for us. So yeah, excited for this week, James. A lot of fun stuff to look forward to.
All right, to put it out into the universe that we are getting 2 wins this week. Let's go. Come on, you Rowdies.
Thank you for tuning into this presentation by RBLR Sports. On your way out of the stadium, please remember to like and subscribe.